Well, that was fun. Welcome to another very, very special Christmas episode in May of Tech Talk Tuesday.
You couldn't wait till July?
No. That's so cliche anymore.
Fine.
We're better than that, Neil.
Oh, aren't we?
We're better than that. Today is, May 26th. We should be having races. We should be doing all kinds of fun stuff. And we're not. We're stuck at home still. Well, some of us aren't. We saw actually a news story earlier that apparently in Indiana Beach, not the Indiana Beach, but at least one of them was overcrowded with people that are so overjoyed to not be, socially distancing themselves anymore, that they were pretty much on top of each other. So if you're one of those people, never mind. Just don't. I don't even want to talk about you. Neil, what do you got today?
Well, don't feel bad if you struggle with technology. Even CEOs and co-founders of tech giants struggle with it. Twitter's Jack Dorsey showed us all that not even he knows how to use his own product Periscope, which we happen to be streaming on right now. Dorsey began what he thought was a company-only live stream to discuss consumer work and updates to the board. So that's just an all-around big oof on his part.
That's a pretty big oof,
right? I think at the end he said, "Oh, I think this is live," and then ended it, which is even funnier to me.
That's super weird. It's like every time I do one of these.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I think super weird? I'm really enjoying. You see this article right here, this little clickbait. Oh, where is it? There it is. The real impact of not having been touched in months. What are you doing, Mashable?
Jeez.
That's inappropriate.
It's very inappropriate.
Yeah. Well, if you're a developer, and sometimes I play that on TV, you probably have had some frustration where you've had to go to a new place and set up your environment, and you spend, in my case, usually several days because I'm slow and I like coffee, setting up your system and trying to get everything situated because there's never any documentation for the right way to do that. Yeah. You know who
that's never happened.
But actually, so this new company, I got really, really excited. This startup called Coder that is actually moving this to the cloud, which kind of just makes sense, right? So I think really to be able to set up, again, like an image like we would in the old days, like a ghost image or something like that, and replicate that across your hardware. But rather than actually doing that physically on your devices, you can just set up the whole environment in the cloud, which, again, as long as you have a decent enough internet connection, I don't know why you wouldn't do that. Arguments might be, well, but what if your internet connection goes down? But I would argue you're not doing anything anyway.
That's so accurate.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not. Like, particularly with software development, if you don't have internet, you're definitely not doing anything.
It's like when GitHub goes down.
It's the worst when GitHub goes down. You just can't do anything.
You're done.
Yeah. Well, speaking of internet, and if you are like me, you will always think your internet is too slow. Well, I have some very good news for you. Researchers have hit a new record with internet speeds at a whopping 44.2 terabit per second. For reference, the fiber that is rolling out commercially right now is at 1 gigabit a second. So, that's like 44,000 times faster than we have currently right now in the market. So that's a little bit insane. But what's even more impressive is that they did it with the current standard for optic fiber that is currently getting rolled out right now. So that's really cool that the technology that we have now can do that. But unfortunately, we will have to wait because these are nowhere near ready to go commercial, and they're still just being used for research purposes. So I am still stuck with 300 megabit down.
Yeah, don't feel bad. Metronet just rolled into our neighborhood and offered a gigabit speed, and I thought, man, I've really got it so good.
Yeah, and then I just depressed you.
Yeah, you kind of ruined my week. So I kind of appreciate that, you big jerk. So Probably not needing a super huge internet connection, and probably though hosted in the cloud. NVIDIA's put their AI research to something really, really important: recreating Pac-Man. So yeah, they actually trained this thing, which is kind of neat. They trained it by quote unquote showing it about 50,000 episodes, I think, of games being played. And it was able then to, using its neural network, to actually generate a kind of a clone, right? I think this is interesting because I mean, obviously, I don't need it to play Pac-Man for me. I can suck all on my own. And but what's interesting is like what that may mean actually for kind of self-healing code and code generation as a whole. So again, like if I were a software developer, I don't know, I'd probably be a little like, I don't know, anxious about this. Oh,
Yeah.
I am. And I am.
Yeah, no, I think that this is pretty cool though. I wonder just like how it performs. If it's like, since you said it can play itself, I wonder like if it just like wins every time.
Right.
or if the ghosts get smarter.
Oh.
Like as it plays more and more rounds.
Yeah. I mean, round 2 and the ghosts were killing me. So I mean, I feel I don't need the computers to get smarter.
Please no. Well, I never thought that a phone would outperform my Xbox One, but that is exactly what the OnePlus 8 is doing with the game Fortnite. The Chinese company has partnered with Fortnite developer Epic Games to get the game running at 90 frames per second. Now, you can't run Fortnite at max graphics on the OnePlus, but if you set your visual settings to low, you can get them to 90 frames per second. And that is still getting more than a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One, which are capped at 60 frames per second. So insanely impressive, very cool, and a little depressing that I have an Xbox One sitting right next to me right now.
Wow. That's awesome. That means I could probably get teabagged or something in like high speed after having some like 5-year-old rocket me in the butt. So.
Yep, that's exactly what can happen.
Super excited.
You're right. And with that, that's all we have for today. Thanks for joining us on this edition of Tech Talk Tuesday. If you want to read up on any of the headlines that we talked about today, the articles are in the description below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future editions of Tech Talk Tuesday. And also, while you're at that, go ahead and follow us on your favorite social media platform like Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or all three. And with that, we will see you next Tuesday.